Welcome to Jobbed Out, the wrestling editorial that reminds you that there's nothing sexy like underdressed people rolling around. Now I promise you, I always intended to put this list out to celebrate 200 subscribers, I just didn't expect some untimely events to happen when I did it, so we're gonna gloss over that for a bit to go over some ground rules here. Now I know you saw the title, you know what this is gonna be. But unlike some other lists, I want to point out what does not count as a pro wrestler doing porn. If a wrestler's nudes got out without their consent, they're not on this list. That includes movies where they didn't sign a deal or make a penny, as well as fappening or revenge porn leaks. Also, this list is gonna scare some people because I'm only gonna be talking about the male pro wrestlers. Now don't worry, the female list comes out tomorrow. Lastly, I'm not gonna show anything that'll get my video or channel taken down, so put it back in your pants, you perverts. This is Freaks 5 pro wrestlers who also did porn.
Hello, ladies.
Number 5. Lars Sullivan. Yup. Currently contracted to the WWE, fined and suspended for being a homophobic bastard, Lars Sullivan, as it turns out, did porn for a website called Randy Blue. Sullivan, going by the name Mitch Bennett at the time, was listed as a ruggedly handsome bodybuilder. I don't really see it. He did solo work as well as having a scene performed on him, and I'm not gonna judge. I'm not judging on the fact that he did porn. I'm not even judging on the fact that he did gay porn. I'm judging because this is the same dude who went out publicly to be an asshole to others. Glass houses, motherfucker. Number 4. Gangrel. The Attitude Era's resident blood-spewing mid-card vampire has had one hell of a career. Outside of the WWE, David Heath appeared in Star Trek Renegades, as well as continuing his way through the indie circuit. But that has nothing on the new porn order. Yeah. With the NPO, Heath directed a pair of films for the Miami Rump Shakers series, but he himself never performed in any scenes. Number 3. X-Pac. We all knew this one was coming. In 2004, Red Light District Video released One Night in China, a gonzo sex tape starring 2 future WWE Hall of Famers, but only one counts for this list, and that is Sean Waltman. Sean was not in the greatest of places at the time. He was out of the WWE. He had his stint in TNA, where he once admitted he was too high to enjoy a match he had with AJ Styles.
I got real bad on crystal meth, Steve. And I wouldn't let anybody see me at the time. Yeah, I had a match with AJ Styles when TNA first started up. And the whole time, you know, it was like main event or some second to last. And I'm in the damn bathroom stall shooting up meth.
Oh. And crystal meth is not a cheap addiction. So he and Joni did what any money-hungry celebrity would do in the early 2000s. They hopped on the adult bandwagon. The two were on again, off again in terms of their relationship, and arguments kept going public about whether either party consented or cashed their checks. This was a huge mess, and while Chyna went all in on the porn scene until her death, Waltman cleaned up, and he's even appeared on WWE programming a few times. Number 2. Tommy Dreamer's Hardcore Threesome.
I'll take them both, I'm hardcore!
You want to know how hot ECW was in its prime? Porn director Rob Black was massively into it, to the point that he was actually going to be the West Coast distributor for ECW content. So of course he was buddy-buddy with some of Philly's finest. During the filming of Whack Attack 5, God, I love this industry, a threesome scene got interrupted as ECW performers Bubba Ray and Big Dick Dudley. Big Dick. Anyway, the Dudleys invade and Black just blurts out,
"Where's Dreamer with his big ass?"
And boom! Tommy Dreamer's in a porno. Still more credible than his TNA run. Ah, what the hell, here's an honorable mention for you. Buff Bagwell. He's buff, he's the stuff, and the girls just can't get enough. It's not just a line from his theme song in WCW. After retiring as a full-time pro wrestler, Buff Daddy became a male escort. After being featured on Showtime's Gigolos TV show, Bagwell got into contact with Vivid Entertainment, but we still haven't seen the fruits of those negotiations. We're just gonna have to see. Now, before I give you number 1, I once again want to assure you it's not going to be Hulk Hogan. Hogan did not consent to his sex tape getting out. And with the help of a billionaire who had a vendetta, he completely destroyed the leakers. I ain't touching that one. I also want to assure you that the number 1 on this list actually performed in his scenes. So who is the number 1 pro wrestler who also did porn? Number 1, Paul Dupree. No relation to Renee, I promise you. Paul Dupree and his kayfabe brother Ron were one hell of a heel tag team in the 1960s. Whether they were the Golden Boys or the California Hells Angels, crowds hated them. What they didn't know, and what probably would have gotten them a whole lot more heat at the time, was that the Dupree brothers weren't brothers, they were lovers. After Ron passed away in 1975 of a heart attack in the middle of a show, Paul changed his name and became Chris Colt, specifically naming himself after Colt Men's Gay magazine. While Colt was a hell of a performer, he also had a serious peyote problem. When he got out of wrestling, he began performing in gay films, including Sex Aggression, Jack Husky's First Night at Chris Colt's Wrestling Academy. Jesus, that name just rolls right off the tongue, right? I wonder if Lars Sullivan's seen it. Anyway, it's believed Chris Colt passed away in the 90s, homeless and of AIDS, but there isn't much information to confirm or pin down a date. And I'm sorry to end it on such a low note, but there you have it. 5 pro wrestlers who also worked in porn. The male edition. Tune in tomorrow for the female list. Same rules apply. For now though, I better get my shoulders off the mat, so thank you for tuning in to Jobbed Out. I'll catch you next time.